There was a pretty severe accident in Kentucky recently, and the fire chief in this particular area, southeast Bullitt County, decided that, all right, there's a white family and the black family. Which family do I want to help? And guess which family he chose. Now, apparently, he went above and beyond to help a white victim of the crash. But when it came to a black family of 4, he had a very, very strong statement against helping them out. So let me give you the rundown of the story. So apparently when it came to dealing with one of the white victims, he said the following: "You got a jack, ain't you? If you show me where them things is at, I'll get my guys to start changing the tire for you." So he's very, very helpful. He wants to help this victim out.
And it's nice that he speaks like a character in a Mark Twain novel.
Now the woman that he's helping...
Stay where you're to till I get where you're at.
So Lauren Dickens is the woman that he's helping out. He says, at first, Dickens turns down the offer, but Hatfield insists, saying, "It will save you a bill." So firefighters start working for Hatfield, even picked Dickens up from the hospital and took him back to the firehouse where his car was ready and waiting. Okay, so I guess Lauren is a man.
Lauren's a guy.
Yeah, Lauren is a guy.
They fixed his tire. They drove him all over town. They got the thing fixed up. They just couldn't have been more helpful.
Yeah.
What great civic service.
All right.
Lauren's a great guy.
Yeah. So now there was an issue because a deputy in the area also talked to the fire chief and was like, "Hey, you know what? There's another family to help out. Well, I've got a family of 4 from Cincinnati. I got to do something with, right? Like, so what are we going to do? How are we going to help this family out?" And apparently, Julius Hatfield says, and this is caught on tape, and I'm going to state it verbatim, okay? "We ain't taking no niggas here."
Wow. I like how you did it with a little accent.
I don't know why. That's the second time that I've read it out loud because I had to read it out loud in the production meeting. I don't know why I read it with an accent.
Because weird to read it in your real voice.
It was
Yeah.
that's right. It would feel and based on the idiotic way this fire chief was talking before, that's probably how it was quite good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So the fire chief did not help out the family at all. In fact, the deputy was the one who helped out the family. And at the time, they had no idea that they were supposed to be helped out with the fire chief. And it wasn't until this, audio tape came out that they realized what had happened to them, that they didn't get the help that they needed just because of the color of their skin.
So he said this over the air? Like his,
yeah, so the deputy was wearing something that was recording what was happening around him, like a camera or something. So that was what local journalists were able to obtain, and this is how they found out what happened, which is kind of incredible. Now, some might be asking, well, why were people suspicious about him being racist in the first place? Well, it turns out that one time during a public meeting, there was an Asian reporter there, and the Asian reporter had the audacity to ask him questions that he was uncomfortable with, and his reaction to her is priceless. So when WDRB's Valerie Chin attempted to ask Hatfield about the financial management of Southeast Bullitt Fire Department at a town meeting, he suggested that she didn't understand English and threatened to have her arrested.
You know what's funny? I have a general belief that people go into public service for good reasons. I know you don't believe that on the police front, at least, but I think maybe with firefighters, generally,
firefighters for sure.
Right, generally would think that they're going in for the right reasons and there's something benevolent about it. You're not paid a ton, obviously. You're putting your life at risk, et cetera, et cetera. The idea that you'd be making choices over who you're going to save or what you're going to do.
Yeah.
White guy, let's drive him around town, get the thing changed and the whole thing. And the black family were just like, that's just so, there's such a disconnect between what you're supposed to do and what you're actually doing. This isn't a guy that's...
Firefighters are more badass than cops for sure. They run into a burning building that's their whole job, right? Yeah. I know a lot of firefighters too. And there's cultures inside the fire department, but it's like, I knew guys who worked in this guy Dave, who was a friend of mine, he worked in the busiest firehouse in Chicago. And those guys prided themselves on being badasses, right? Show me the fire, we'll go in, we're gonna put it out, we'll do and they would tell all these stories. Whereas other firemen talk about how much they don't work and they sit around playing cards and eating, but those guys were really on it. So I really think that, it's a different culture with firemen. So this is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. By the way, Valerie Chin grew up...
Did she speak English?
She grew up in Beaverton, Oregon.
Watch your
so
mouth.
she probably has some understanding of English.
Yeah.